Did you know that chemicals from millions of batteries get discharged into our precious soil and water every year? This is an unfortunate truth that Duracell is tired of. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at how they are tackling the issue head-on by reducing waste and promoting recycling across the globe. First things first, let's talk about those little power packs we all use, batteries. You may think alkaline batteries, like the ones Duracell makes, are harmless when tossed in the trash. However, that's not the case. Now, let's break it down. Alkaline batteries may look innocent, but they contain metals like zinc, manganese, and steel. While these metals aren't as toxic as the heavy metals found in rechargeable batteries, they still pose environmental risks when dumped in landfills. Over time, these batteries corrode, releasing small amounts of toxic chemicals into the soil and water. That means the same battery that powered your TV remote could eventually contribute to pollution, if not disposed of properly. But here's the good news. Alkaline batteries are actually recyclable. The problem? Most people don't know where or how to recycle them. Unlike rechargeable batteries, which are classified as hazardous waste in many places, alkaline batteries have been considered safe for disposal in household trash in some countries. However, that doesn't mean they should be tossed away carelessly. The metals inside these batteries can be extracted and reused for new products, reducing the demand for virgin materials. Duracell has taken steps to make recycling easier. While battery recycling programs vary by country, some regions have collection points where consumers can drop off used alkaline batteries. Certain retailers also offer recycling services, so you might not have to go far to find a place to dispose of your batteries responsibly. And let's talk about the benefits of recycling. By keeping alkaline batteries out of landfills, we reduce the risk of soil and water contamination. Recycling also helps conserve raw materials like zinc and manganese, which take a lot of energy to mine and refine. Not to mention, it cuts down on waste and contributes to a circular economy where materials get reused instead of discarded. Of course, there's always room for improvement. Some companies and environmental groups are pushing for better battery recycling infrastructure worldwide. While alkaline batteries are safer than older mercury-based ones, recycling them should still be the goal. Duracell and other battery manufacturers are working toward solutions that make it easier for consumers to recycle while minimizing environmental impact. So, next time your remote control dies or your flashlight flickers out, don't just toss those batteries in the trash. Look for a recycling option near you. Who knows? That old battery might just come back as part of a brand new one in the future. Now let's move on to something we often overlook: the packaging. You know, the stuff you rip apart to get to your batteries. Duracell has been working hard to make this packaging more sustainable. In Western Europe, a whopping 88% of their packaging is now plastic-free. That's right, they're ditching the plastic in favor of materials like recycled cardboard, making it easier for all of us to recycle. And they're not stopping there. Duracell aims to achieve 100% plastic-free packaging for their alkaline cells across Europe and Africa. Talk about a glow-up for Mother Earth. But wait, there's more. Duracell isn't just swapping materials, they're redesigning the whole packaging experience. They've introduced new paper-based product packaging that's not only eco-friendly but also user-friendly. This new design makes it easier for consumers to open and recycle the packaging. Plus, it looks pretty sleek on the shelves, if we do say so ourselves. Now, why is this a big deal? Because plastic waste is a massive problem. Millions of tons of plastic end up in landfills and oceans every year, taking hundreds of years to break down. Traditional battery packaging used a lot of plastic for durability and display purposes. But as consumers become more eco-conscious, companies like Duracell have had to rethink their packaging strategies. Duracell's move to reduce plastic waste aligns with a broader global effort to cut down on single-use plastics. By switching to paper-based materials, they're not only reducing plastic pollution, but also lowering their carbon footprint. Paper and cardboard are easier to recycle and biodegrade faster than plastic, making them a much better choice for the environment. And let's not forget convenience. Ever struggled with clamshell packaging that requires scissors and a minor wrestling match to open? Duracell's new design is meant to be frustration-free. Easier to open, easier to dispose of, and easier on the planet. Sounds like a win-win-win. Another cool thing about this shift? It encourages other companies to follow suit. When a big player like Duracell makes a change, it sets a precedent for others in the industry. Consumers are becoming more aware of their environmental impact, and brands that don't adapt risk being left behind. Of course, there's still work to do. The company's goal is to eliminate plastic completely from their packaging, but challenges remain. Some regions still lack proper recycling infrastructure, and alternative materials need to balance sustainability with product protection. But with companies like Duracell leading the way, the future of battery packaging is looking a whole lot greener. So, next time you grab a pack of batteries, take a moment to appreciate the packaging. Because it's not just a box, it's part of a bigger effort to reduce waste and protect our planet. And who knows, maybe one day all packaging will be this sustainable. Until then, every little change counts. Now you might be wondering, how much does Duracell actually recycle each year? Well, that's a great question. Unfortunately, Duracell hasn't publicly shared specific numbers on how many batteries they recycle annually. But don't let that fool you into thinking they're not doing their part. Because as I said before, Duracell is part of global recycling initiatives and is actively working to minimize battery waste. Their parent company, Procter & Gamble, has a well-documented commitment to reducing packaging waste and increasing the use of recycled materials. This means Duracell batteries aren't just designed to last longer, but also to have a lower environmental impact when they reach the end of their life. Even without exact figures, we do know that Duracell contributes to large-scale recycling efforts. For example, they actively promote responsible battery disposal and encourage consumers to take advantage of available recycling programs. And just like I told you, a key part of Duracell's recycling efforts is their move towards using more sustainable materials. They have taken steps to reduce the amount of virgin materials in their packaging, incorporating more recycled plastics and paper. Their Duracell Optimum packaging, for example, is designed to be fully recyclable. They also encourage consumers to check local recycling regulations and properly dispose of used batteries to prevent hazardous waste contamination. But let's be honest, batteries are tricky when it comes to recycling. Unlike plastic bottles or aluminum cans, batteries contain chemicals that can be harmful if not disposed of properly. This is why battery manufacturers like Duracell emphasize awareness and convenience. Many major retailers, such as Home Depot, Lowe's, and Best Buy, offer take-back programs for used batteries. Duracell promotes these partnerships, making it easier for customers to locate drop-off sites. Globally, different regions have different approaches to battery recycling. In Europe, where battery disposal regulations are stricter, Duracell works within the European Union's battery recycling directives. Many European countries have mandatory battery collection and recycling programs, ensuring that a higher percentage of batteries are properly processed. Meanwhile, in other parts of the world, Duracell is supporting local sustainability efforts by encouraging responsible consumer behavior and working with governments to improve recycling infrastructure. So, while Duracell may not release exact figures, it's clear they are playing a significant role in global sustainability efforts. The fact that they're actively involved in recycling programs, using sustainable packaging, and educating consumers about responsible disposal speaks volumes. And if more companies follow their lead, we could see a future where battery waste is significantly reduced. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Recycling batteries isn't always straightforward. It's not like tossing an empty soda can into a recycling bin and calling it a day. Battery recycling presents unique challenges due to the different materials inside each type of battery. Some contain toxic chemicals like lead, mercury, and cadmium, which require special handling to prevent environmental contamination. Others, like lithium-ion batteries, can be a fire hazard if not processed correctly. Simply put, battery recycling is complicated, but it's also crucial. One major hurdle is that different states and countries have varying regulations for battery disposal and recycling. In some places, battery recycling is mandatory, while in others, it's left up to consumers to decide. This inconsistency makes it difficult to implement universal recycling programs. Some recycling centers only accept certain types of batteries, leaving consumers unsure of where to dispose of their used ones properly. This confusion often leads to batteries being thrown in the trash, which is exactly what recycling programs aim to prevent. Thankfully, Duracell is working to make battery recycling easier and more accessible. They provide clear guidelines on their website, helping consumers understand what to do with their used batteries. Additionally, they partner with retailers and recycling programs to expand access to recycling drop-off points. This ensures that more people have convenient options to recycle their batteries responsibly. Speaking of global initiatives, Duracell is a proud member of the Call to Recycle program. Since its launch in 1996, Call to Recycle has helped divert more than 85 million pounds of batteries from landfills. To put that into perspective, that's like removing 17,000 elephants' worth of batteries from the waste stream. This program operates across North America and has thousands of drop-off locations, making it easier than ever for consumers to recycle their old batteries. By participating in this initiative, Duracell plays a vital role in keeping hazardous materials out of landfills and reducing pollution. But Duracell's involvement in recycling efforts doesn't stop at collection programs. They're also focused on educating consumers about the importance of responsible battery disposal. Many people still don't realize that throwing batteries in the trash can lead to environmental contamination. That's why Duracell supports awareness campaigns, helping consumers understand why recycling batteries matters and how to do it correctly. But Duracell isn't just targeting adults. They're also teaching the younger generation about sustainability. Through various educational programs, they've reached thousands of students, showing them how recycling batteries can help protect the planet. Schools across the country have partnered with Duracell and Call to Recycle to encourage battery recycling among students. After all, the kids of today are the decision makers of tomorrow, and fostering environmentally friendly habits at a young age can have a lasting impact. While battery recycling still has challenges, companies like Duracell are actively working to make it easier and more widespread. By partnering with Call to Recycle, promoting take-back programs, and educating consumers, they're taking significant steps toward a more sustainable future. The more we participate in these initiatives, the closer we get to a world where battery waste is no longer a major environmental concern. Looking forward, Duracell has set some ambitious sustainability goals. They're not just focusing on batteries, but also on their overall environmental impact. By reducing waste, using more recycled materials, and promoting responsible disposal, Duracell aims to lead the charge, pun intended, in creating a more sustainable future. So, do you think Duracell can achieve its goal of producing more recyclable batteries and reducing battery pollution across the globe? Head to the comments and tell us what you think. And if you'd like to learn more about other recycling initiatives by the most trusted brands in the world, subscribe to our channel and we'll see you in the next one.